welcome to Detroit in Black and White. This is our Wednesday edition. I'm Adolph Mongo. Good evening, Jim Nardone, our legal, he's our resident expert, law enforcement, former police chief in Trenton. How you doing?
Good evening. I'm just a washed up old cop, Adolph. That's all.
You ain't washed up. Allan Lengel, co-founder of Deadline Detroit, former staffer with Washington Post, Detroit News, the Eagle American. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
And last but not least, Attorney Vanessa Moss, who, listen, we listen. So go ahead. We can't hear you.
It's on silent.
You unmuted yourself?
Listen, you guys already know what we want you to do. Listen, thank you so much for watching Detroit Black and White, for joining us this evening. You know what we want you to do. Jill, you already know what we want you to do. Ira, Duela, Angela, Edward Alt, Mr. 1213. Hit that like, subscribe button. Hit like, subscribe, and share. You could join us on these YouTube streets in this comment section. You could also use, and we're going to encourage you to use this little logo right here, this QR code up in the corner. Use this QR code and come on in and join the conversation. Thank you so much for watching Detroit Black and White. Thank you so much, Dave, Bridget, Jill, and those of you that's getting ready to come on. Thank you so much. Also, thank you, Facebookers.
Okay.
Hey, baby. Hey.
It looks like we had the sheriff in waiting, Adolph. I'm going to back off.
Yeah, go ahead, Jim. We'll see you.
Hello to the sheriff, and have a good segment. I'll give him some space here.
Okay. He's a friend of ours. He's been on several times.
You speak for yourself. He ain't no friend of mine.
He's a friend of yours. He's a friend. Sheriff Ray Washington. Sheriff, thank you, man.
How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you okay.
Your volume is a little low on my end, but I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah. So look, is there any way we can push it up a little bit from, I think on
the volume?
I had my IT man come in and hook me all up with two screens and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not the techie. I don't even see my volume button, and I don't want to mess nothing up. So if you all can hear me, that's good.
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Well, okay. You heard me say you're not a friend of mine, so I know you can hear.
No, I heard him say that. That was funny. Because you give me all the love I need when I run into you. I run into you, you hugging me and saying hello and all of that. So
no hugs given.
Say it again. Well, all right.
Well, Sheriff, I'm so glad that you decided to come on, and I know a lot of stuff is happening in your office, and I'll turn it over to our resident journalist here, Allan Lengel.
Hey, how you doing, Ray? Good. Thanks for joining us. I think one of the questions we wanted to ask before we get into some other stuff about ICE. Everybody's talking about ICE and yes, local cooperation or non-cooperation with law enforcement. What's the role of the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, and what's your read on what's going on there in the city?
Sure. Well, you're talking specifically in our city?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a whole lot going on in our city as it relates to ICE. I'm told that they're in some of the various areas of Ypsilanti and maybe Grand Rapids or so, looking for those that may be undocumented and things like that. But as the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, that we did have a conversation with them, and they wanted to know, could they come in our jails and just find out who is who. And I said, you absolutely can't find out who is who. If you have somebody in our jails that you're interested in, we will let you talk to them and find out whatever you can find out from them. But you have to understand that everyone that's in our jail, every single inmate that's in our jail is in there under court order. because a judge has put them there. They weren't able to find out, or they didn't have to find out based on whatever crime is that they're accused of doing. So they're in the court order. So you can't take them anywhere once you find out who they are and whatever you're talking about. What we did say we would do, if in fact they are of interest and you need to talk to them some more. If they're released by the judges, if they're released, we will contact you and let you know that the person that you were interested in is being released. We're not holding them past any time that they're been told that they could be released. We're going through the process of releasing them, and if they can catch them outside or whatever, or talk to them, or whatever means they have to do that, then that's on them. We know, but we will do the courtesy of calling them and let them know John Doe has been released by Judge John Doe.
Supposing somebody is in jail charged with murder.
Yes.
And say you was cooperating with ICE, say, okay, you come get them. That means they're going to come get them and deport them?
No.
Is this what they're looking at? Or they are they trying to get folks, and then I'm confused on ICE, period.
So here's the deal. If they're in our jail and they're waiting their day in court, or some of them may have even been convicted and then they're going on to Jackson somewhere, they're not out of a judge's realm yet, or because the judge said they have to go to Jackson prison or whatever. So we're going to take them to Jackson prison, and then Jackson prison will have to deal with whatever the situation is from that point. So we're not just throwing them out to be picked up, or if they're going home, that's ICE has to deal with that. But we're not transporting them to ICE or anything like that. They have to do the work that they feel like they have to do.
Yeah.
Somebody put something on your bottom of your screen, said something about do I care about them people being murdered or something to that effect. But I'll let you all handle that part. I just saw it come across.
We'll get some of the questions. Let me also ask you, obviously, one of the questions, you've been in the news lately over the Regina Park lawsuit.
Yeah.
And I'll let you respond. Let me ask a question and then you have at it. I mean, the allegations are about sexual harassment, and also during the depositions, it's come out with Erica Erickson, who was your
never harassment, never an harassment situation from Erica Erickson. Never.
Can I just read one thing? And this is
Sure.
news reporting.
Sure.
This was an email that she had written to the undersheriff Mike Jaffar and Michael Turner, the chief of staff, and it says, "I've spoken to you both about this extensively. Nothing has been resolved. I've been willing to overlook comments from the sheriff, like calling me baby and babe, numerous occasions, and as recently as Saturday, and by asking me to stay in his room in Mackinac with him several times, or asking me to wear certain clothing. I understand it's a campaign season, a delicate time, but I did not ask for this." Your response to the lawsuit and some of the allegations.
So we can't talk about the lawsuit in detail. That's
Sure.
not what we can do.
Sure.
What I can tell you is that we did file a motion to have this dismissed. We're really we're hopeful that it will be dismissed. This lawsuit has absolutely zero validity to it. Zero validity to it. When people, in my opinion, I'm just talking about my opinion. With my opinion, when people see somebody do something that a lawsuit wise, and they're fired for whatever reason that has nothing to do with any kind of harassment or retaliation, the things that I'm hearing the the lawyer said so on that side, it's ridiculous.
How much of a distraction is this to your?
It's so and thanks for asking about the distraction. We talked to our staff about distraction. We are not distracted. I had a major conversation with my staff, my upper echelon of the staff, that we are doing the work. I don't want to. Nobody's walking around with their head down. Nobody's walking around with "oh, it's us," "oh, it's woe, it's me." We're out here doing the work of the people. The 551,869 people that voted for me in 24, and those same kind of numbers in 22. We have to do the work for those people, and we're doing it. And we're doing the ones that didn't even vote. We're doing the work. So we're not distracted. We don't have time to be distracted, especially when they have absolutely zero validity to them. And all of that will come out. All of that. I wish I could talk to you all about that. I get excited when I'm talking about it, because this is the most terrible thing that I've had to deal with in my career, 43-year career, as a group of lies that tries to distract our agency. It shouldn't even be legal to do.
Okay, Vanessa, you have a question.
Well, I actually was going to ask the question that Allan asked, which was whether or not this has put a cloud over the Wayne County Sheriff's Office and how has it impacted morale. But he's already answered that it has not had any negative impact on morale. I will say that, I'm glad that you are open to answering what you can, because, this is a hot button issue. Everybody's talking about it. People gossiping about it. And because you are embroiled in a legal battle, of course, I would advise you not to say nothing at all. We could talk about everything else, but
I appreciate you coming on, Sheriff.
Yeah.
It takes some courage to go into the lion's den, and you're a professional. You've been in law enforcement for a long time, so it comes with the praise.
Yes.
And it comes with the slap on the butt or whatever the slap. Listen, thanks for coming. This is Black History Month, and I wanted to ask a question about Bill Lucas. He was a trailblazer. He made it possible for you, Warren Evans, Benny Napoleon, to be the top cop in the county.
Sure.
What's your opinion of the late Bill Lucas?
I think the late Bill, as you said, Bill Lucas was a trailblazer. I believe pretty sure he was the first Black Wayne County Sheriff.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people turned on him because I remember, and I was pretty young, but I remember that he was a Democrat and turned to a Republican during that time. And I think that a lot of people were kind of upset with that. But
you know what? I think he was before his time, because he smelled a rat. Him and Coleman Young smelled rats in the Democratic Party. Coleman never stopped being a Democrat, but Lucas say enough is enough, and he killed his. Basically, he killed.
Yeah. I knew his. I knew of his son, who worked in the Detroit Police Department when I did, and I know his son-in-law, and those are very honorable people. So I think he. I have nothing. I was fortunate enough to be able to escort his wife to her final resting place, and when she passed away, and we was very, very excited to be able to help his family get through the death. So it's I have no problem with Bill Lucas, and when he was the whatever I knew about him at that point, and what I read about, I think he was an honorable person.
Good. Go ahead, Vanessa.
So we have a couple of, I don't know if you want to respond, but we got a couple of, because this is a people show. So some things
Sure.
you know that you can talk about, some things you can't.
Sure.
So here's a comment. T. Brown, sir, you're benefiting from the halo effect. You are connected to the right people, and that is why you still have a job. Also, wherever Miss Parks is, I hope she uses that QR code to tell her side of the story to the public as well. Stephanie Jackson says, what do you think about DPD officers working without law enforcement licenses and being allowed to testify unlawfully in court proceedings?
So let me go to the first one. I can see them went on the sheet.
I'll go back and
yeah, so I could address that question, because benefiting from a halo effect, I have no idea what that means. What she's referring to. So I can't even speak to that. You are connected to the right people, and that is why you still have a job. That has no validity. Connected to the right people. I'm connected to the citizens who voted for me. That's who I'm connected to. That's who I have to serve, and even those that didn't, I have to serve them. So connected to the right people while I still have a job, I don't know what she's talking about. Whenever Ms. Parks is, wherever she is, I hope she uses the QR code to tell her side of the story to the public as well. Well, she's trying to tell her side of the public through her lawyer, who gets on TV and says crazy things that I've never heard before, that a lawyer would sit down and link up with a news reporter and just tell stories about this lawsuit that is totally not true. And again, that's why I'm gonna leave that there, because that's gonna all come out, and some of it has come out that she never talks about, that would ruin her client. But it'll all come out when it's time. So these people who, don't know me, don't know anything about me, take allegations and run with them, that's a shame. It's a shame. It's a person that was on your screen just a minute ago, called himself Wood Dog. One of the worst individuals I've ever seen in my life. And I can say that because it's a fact. One of the worst individuals I've ever run into. Had the worst type of, he used to be in the sheriff's office and left. He had the worst disciplinary record in the history of the sheriff's office, from what I'm told. So let's just talk about what people told. They say that somebody told me that. Well, I think that's pretty factual. And for him to say anything about me, because I don't know what he says, because I don't even get his stuff. I refuse to. But he is one of the worst individuals I've ever seen in my life, ever heard in my life, and speak about things that he has no knowledge of whatsoever. One time I said to that gentleman through whatever, quit hiding behind some people and come talk to me. Come talk to me. You're a man, you got your opinions, this and that. Talk to me. Won't happen. It hasn't happened.
Well, why don't we cool out a little bit? We're gonna take a break.
It's getting hot in here.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And that's why I love to talk to people who will say, okay, cool. Because listen, I'm not out here to fight anybody. I'm not. But I ain't scared of nobody either.
Oh, okay. But there's people out here that want to fight you. You know that. So
they want to do what?
They want to fight you. That's why they want to duke it out with you. So here we are.
Where they at?
Let's take a break, and we'll be back and continue round 2.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Eric Sabri, your Wayne County Treasurer. Are you living in the home of a deceased family member and you're facing property tax foreclosure, or maybe you know someone who's in the same situation? The probate process may be helpful to you. If you file a probate petition and notify our office, the foreclosure proceedings will be halted during the probate process. We have several nonprofit partners who have free attorneys who can assist you. contact our office, 313-224-5990, or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com. Don't lose your family property. Some of these properties have been in the family for 4 or 5 generations. Contact us now. We're here to help.
Well, welcome back, and we'll continue this. You had a question, Allan?
I was, when Benny was the sheriff, I did a ride along one day, and they were going around like at Hart Plaza and stuff, looking for people who were out in the cold, homeless people, or were out in the cold. Are you guys doing that right now? It's pretty cold out there.
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely making arrangements and making ourselves available for those who may be homeless in this terrible weather we've had, as it being cold, extremely cold. And we are driving around, and we are out here trying to offer homeless people a venue of being able to go into shelters. But what we see oftentimes is they don't want to go. You collect a lot of things as a homeless person, and you don't want it. You don't want to lose it, and you can't take those things into homeless shelters. So they don't want to go in. They'd rather stay out and be with and have their things that they've accumulated that are valuable to them. So we do give blankets out, and we do help out any way we can that they don't suffer too much while this winter is going on. And I personally, I am a board member of Covenant House of Michigan, where once a year we sleep out. We sleep out in the street. Well, it's in the on the base or on the campus of Covenant House, but we sleep out in the cold, and it's always the coldest November of the year, it appears to be, and or at least of the month. The cold weather is moving in, and we have to sleep out there as board members so that we can understand what homeless people, and these are teenagers as it relates to Covenant House, what they go through to just survive being homeless out in the street. So not only is our agency doing it, I do it personally as well, because I am very passionate about trying to save the lives of those who are less fortunate than others.
How we have this cold spell is a killer. Any reported deaths? People freezing to death?
I haven't in our area.
What about cats? What about stray dogs and cats and stuff?
So what I see as a stray dogs and cats, I see those who are involved in saving and rescuing animals. I see them and hear about them all the time out here doing the best they can to save those animals. So I haven't heard of a lot of they found so many dead animals due to freezing. So I think everybody's out here trying to do the job to save those who are less fortunate, whether it be human beings or animals.
I see Kim Worthy's office has just charged somebody with animal cruelty for leaving their dog outside. They thought the dog was dead. The dog was still breathing, and they were able to rescue the dog, but they've charged them with animal cruelty. So
yeah, there's I'm not saying that there's not any, but I'm as busy as I can be, and I don't see the news all the time. I want to watch the news. I do as much as I can, but I can't see it all the time. So it could be some.
But I remember being in West Palm Beach one winter.
I was just
it was 60. It was 67 or 65 degrees, and the news said, "Cuddle alert! Bring your pets in." I said they need to come to Detroit. Pets would love to be in 67-degree weather.
No, sure. And Adolph, if I could just say right quick, it got a little heated. Not really on my end, but just trying to listening to and seeing what the people are saying. That's not who I am. I'm always trying to be calm and collected, and which I am, and giving people the benefit of the doubt, which I do. And so I just want to say to you all, forgive me for getting a little excited about what was
understandable. It's understandable.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be passionate defending yourself. If you can't defend yourself, nobody else can defend you.
Yeah.
You know,
That's not true. If he can't defend himself, a good lawyer like Vanessa.
Call 1-800-Vanessa.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what Shakespeare wrote. Kill all the liars. That's the bottom line. Say,
Kill all liars.
Right.
Allan, go
Sure.
ahead.
We saw recently statistics in Detroit, in the city of Detroit, and they're all great. Homicides down, robberies, rapes, carjackings down. What you read are the numbers as good as things are on the street? What's your impression?
Yeah, I can attest to what they're saying, because we as the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, we partner with Detroit Police Department. If you're speaking specifically about them,
Right.
Sure. Yeah, we partner with the Detroit Police Department. We have a program called Scout, Sheriff's Community Organized Urban Team. What we do as the Wayne County Sheriff's Office is every week, every Thursday in the summertime, spring, summer, and early fall, we're out there in Detroit specifically, because that's where the crime is. It's a big city, you have bigger crime. And so we're out there along with the Detroit Police Department, with their neighborhood policing team, making sure that we deal with quality of life issues, such as morality, vacant cars, vacant vehicles vacant homes that turn into narcotic houses, and morality things that go on in the community. Law-abiding citizens want to see those things addressed, because maybe the murder and the assaulted things that go on is not their thing. They're not involved in that. They go home, they go to work, and that they're not involved in the things that go on that has major crime to it. But they want to see the quality of life issues handled. They want their community to be sustained. Older people and young ladies and things want to go to the store, the gas stations, and not be harassed. And so we're out there doing those kind of things, to making sure that we, as the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, is partnering with Detroit Police Department, as we partner with all 42 other cities and townships in Wayne County. When they need help, those municipalities and those cities, then they need help, we're out there to help them, whatever it is. So I think, Allan, those numbers have those numbers are right. If that's what Chief Beddison and his staff, they come together and they work those numbers and see how things going, I believe it, because we're out there helping them do the work.
We got a message from Ray. You want to read that?
Yeah, we got a message from Ira Todd. You could tell he part of that fraternity of that.
Yeah.
He said, I almost saw the old gang squad street cop come out of you a minute ago. Laugh out loud. We'll talk. We go way back, and people can say whatever they want to say, but he is the real police. I work with him. Okay, Ira, whatever you say, I don't believe it. I don't believe he's the real police.
No, Ira Todd is the real police. It's no secret that he was charged with murdering someone, and thank God the jury thought that he shouldn't be convicted, and he wasn't. I prayed with Ira Todd the day before he went for sentencing, and
well, he didn't get convicted.
Huh?
You say pray for sentencing.
I mean, well, when they were saying that, when they let
trial.
Right before the last day that they made a decision. Yeah. So I was with him. I was with Ira Todd. We graduated from the police academy together. He is the real deal. And what he's saying is simply, we had to do the work out in the street. And he said that kind of came out. I mean, it kind of, because Vanessa, yeah, and all of y'all, you all have to understand. I'm the most calmest and want to get along with everybody person you're gonna ever meet.
Not with the boots on. That's not true.
Stop. But I'm a human being, and you can't come for me like that because I don't attack anybody like that.
Oh.
And people have told me, and I live by it now as much as I can. When these fools attack you, you can't attack back. You can't attack. You can't. People won't know who the fool is. So just hear it, let it go. Long as they're not in your face and trying to provoke you to knock them out. Just go away. Just leave them because people are evil, and that's just not who I am.
We do have a question from one of our family members. Mr. 1213 says, he asked you, should U.S. citizens in Wayne County comply with ICE if stopped by them on the street? Cashmere Monroe says, why wouldn't they? What do you say?
I swear, yeah.
So what I say to citizens, and when we talk about ICE and the things that's going on, I tell them, listen, peaceful protesting is not against the law. You can do that, but you should do it peacefully, and you should, whatever the parameters are, whatever says that I can't be here or I can't be in the street or get on the sidewalk, whatever they're telling you to do, you should do it, because if you start throwing rocks and start kicking cars and kicking their cars and doing those things, and I know everybody is upset about what's going on because it's a mess. It really is what's going on. But I'm trying to get people to understand that for some reason, they seem to be quick to shoot. And I don't want any of our citizens to have to suffer that because they got a little excited with what was going on and caused ICE to, what they would say, attack them with spray and all of those kind of things. We don't have to be attacked like that if we just do what it is that we want to do, what we need to do peacefully. So we don't see, we saw a lady get shot and killed. We saw a man get shot and killed. I don't, all those things should be investigated. Don't get me wrong. You have these things, they should be investigated. I don't even know if the ICE agents are even investigating these killings that they're involved in. So, however, you got to not put yourself in that position, because we see what they will do. And our voice and the things that we're doing to say we don't like it, it's out there. Your voice is out there. Do your protesting. Don't get involved in throwing things at them. And I think we give ourselves a good chance of living.
Well, thanks, Sheriff. Before you go,
I got one more.
I was trying to go already?
Yeah. Okay. I want you to go ahead. What you saying, Allan?
I have one more question, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, let me finish my question, and then you can answer the question. Okay. I want you to talk about some of the new things that the citizens, residents of Wayne County don't know about. And you got one question, you have another question, Vanessa, then we'll wrap it up with Ray's response.
Sure. So we have a lot of good things going. We have a lot of good things going on in our agency, and I would like to, I've got a lot of things, and I've kind of wrote them down for this, in the sake of not trying to remember and going long. What we're very, very successful what we're very successful in and proud of is the fact that some of our resident population are not going to prison. They're going to be released at various times, and it's always important for me, as I always say, that they leave in a better way that they came. So we have a program that we're very proud of, and it's working for us. I've been greatly working, and what we do is we put them in a position where they can get skilled trades training, and they could, when there's time for them to come out, they can get jobs, real jobs that pay good money, and then that cuts down on the recidivism that happens when you send them out and they have nothing to do but do whatever they did to get back in jail, and then they're there for a number of years again. So we're very proud of that. We've had like 250 inmates enrolled in that initiative, with about 181 successfully completed. The program, and it's not a very easy program, intensive 30-hour job training course. 41 participants are currently enrolled through Wayne County at competitive wages. We have internships of 22 individuals right now who are currently enrolled and have completed internships with local employers. We're doing those things to make people understand that when they leave here, we don't want you to come back here. So we're trying to set it up so you can be successful in the workforce and not have to come to our facility.
Okay, Allan, go ahead.
Ray, quick, if we can answer as quickly as possible. You've watched you, like many law enforcement people, watched the shooting of Renee Good and Alex Preddy by the Border Patrol, and the first one by ICE.
Yes.
Do you have any opinions in terms of those shootings, in terms of the validity of those, and how the administration handled it in terms of prematurely commenting on things? Do you have any comments on that?
Their administration prematurely commented.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know why they would do that. Again, when we're involved in shooting in law enforcement, the person is taken off the street for a while. The investigation goes on. There's no immediate allegations of, we didn't do anything wrong, those kind of things. That's not what law enforcement does. If it's very obvious that they did something to save their life, and they may say that, we did what we did because it was a life-saving situation of our members, but it's going to be investigated, however, to make sure that we did it, we got it right. That's what we do. What I'm seeing is just things happening. I saw the lady in her car who was leaving the scene. She probably shouldn't have been where she was. They came to her car, saying something to her. I saw her turn her wheel to the right and leave. I didn't see her attempting to aim her car at anybody and run them down. And she shot and killed. And then I see the gentleman who's trying to save a lady who had been on camera pushed down into the ground, and he's trying to help her. And then they attack him. He's a CPL holder. His Second Amendment right says you can be that. And then he ends up dead when they take the gun from him. And then you hear shots. Not hearing shots, and he has a gun on him. So I just don't know how this happens, why they are so in a hurry to shoot when we're seeing this out and during this time of our lives in America. It's mind-boggling, and I've been doing this for a long time.
Right.
Yeah, Vanessa, your last question.
Well, I just want to make a comment because this is the People Show.
Sure.
We have Tony. First of all, you must have told your people you were coming on Detroit Black and White. Shout out to Tony. Thank you for watching Detroit Black and White. Don't just come on the show because Ray Washington, your boy, is on here.
I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is.
I don't believe you. But Tony,
I don't know who that is.
I don't believe you. He says, sounds like Sheriff Washington is involved in creating jobs and making Detroit safer. Keep it up.
That's all I want to do. Look, again, 43 years. You don't do this job for 43 years and you don't love serving people. I'm a servant leader. I love to serve people. Every day I go to work, still, I want to go to work to help somebody. That's all I want to do. And I'm doing it, and I'm doing it well.
Well, you got the last word.
Thank you,
Sheriff Watts. We gonna have to come back on quickly. The Sheriff's Department, Wayne County, involved in any Black History events throughout February?
Well, we're going to be. We're going to be reading books to the students. We're going out to the schools to do our part in helping young African-American kids to read and let them know that the police are not against them. We're working together with them, trying to help them be safe. We're doing various things. I was just out representing my sheriff's office at the governor's house today, and rushed only so I can get on this podcast. What she was doing was putting on an event for Black History, and it was a nice event. It was well attended, and so we're out here definitely about trying to do Black History well, and it's a shame that we always in the shortest month of the year to celebrate Black History. However, we're gonna do as much as we can because it's important.
Okay, we're gonna
Hello,
have you
Sheriff.
back on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello,
you.
Sheriff.
Hey, how you doing, Jim? You all right?
I'm doing well. I thought they had too many cops on at one time. I had to back out for a minute.
Oh no, man. We need hey Jim, we might need you to suit up and come on in and get back in it.
You never know.
You never know.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thanks so much. Let me come on again.
Yeah, anytime. You got an open invitation.
See you at the roller skating rink or
That part.
at the ballroom explosion
That
or
part.
at a D9 event.
That part. You gonna see me at one of those three things for sure.
Right. Take care.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, Ray. All right.
Okay. Let's take a quick break and come back and continue with Detroit in black and white.
Hi, I'm Eric Sabria, your Wayne County Treasurer. If you're living in the home of a deceased family member and you're facing property tax foreclosure, the probate process can be helpful to you. If you file a probate petition and notify our office, the foreclosure proceedings will be halted during the probate process. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
Okay, that was a spirited conversation. With the
Yeah,
sheriff.
it was a full spirited conversation. He was limited as to what he could talk about because, of course, they're in the middle of a lawsuit. Speaking of which, Day asked if Sheriff Washington should do a countersuit for defamation against the people for assassinating his character and his integrity. Well, people throw terms like defamation around a lot, but there's elements to a lawsuit. And when you talk about defamation, you have to show there's some things that you have to show. One of the things you have to show is that there is harm to their reputation, and you have to show the real harm. The other thing is, look, we live in a very litigious society. People want to sue for every single thing. At the end of the day, you got to think about what is your ultimate goal? What are you going to get out of it? So, I hope I answered your question, Day. I don't know if we want to go to some of our people. I've tried to address some of them, but I'm going to go and give everybody a shout out. Cashmere Monroe, where you been? Where you been, girl? Glad you're here. Mr. 1213, we happy that you're here. G Money Hollywood, you know what? You've been MIA. So glad that you back. Now, I know that you've been dipping on us because I saw you on Eric's show, but I'm glad that you're back over here where you belong. He said, yes, he's right. Detroit is a big city with a small population. With the population of its size, DPS should be able to have a good hold on crime. Stephanie said he almost attacked her, and she about this big. We also have Jill Sheridan. I don't know if we gave you a shout out, but hey, Jill. Hey, girl. D Hughes, what's up? Glad that you're here. She says, D Hughes, I don't know if she's a he or she, says, why protest for lawbreakers?
Hello, D.
Yeah. We also have Miss Sheila. She said 28 in the chat, hit thumbs up for free. I think she went to school with Sheriff Washington. We also have Charles Styles Miles Clothing Store. He says, please assist in the situation I'm having from last night. Please share contact information. I don't know who he's talking to, so you got to make it plain. Dorian Denard, thank you for joining us this evening. Says, so how many drinks you said you had, Sheriff, at the governor's place?
Hey, Dorian.
T Woods and Eric are having their own sidebar conversation. Thanks, T Woods, T Brown. Thanks so much, T Brown. Listen, you guys doing all this conversating over on the side. Use this doggone QR code to come on in. Come on into the room. Come on into the room.
Well, they can do that next week.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question for Vanessa.
Yes.
But we're talking about defamation, you know, and all the allegations against him. I know and I don't know if it's different, but I know in journalism for writing, you have to, one, prove that there was intentionally false information knowingly, and that it was done with malice. Is that the same elements?
Yes, that's the same elements. Yes,
Thank
and you actually have to show that there was a harm, and so
that knowingly false information was
right. In this case, it is I think is it sexual harassment, and you know that kind of thing. So he said himself, if he wanted to sue, if he wanted to have a lawsuit, if he wanted to sue, I'm sitting here thinking. He said it never happened. It had an impact on the sheriff's department or the morale. So, where would a defamation suit do? What would it do for him?
Oh, damage-wise.
There's no exactly. Where's the damage? Okay.
Yeah, when you fight, well, he has to fight it, and you know, if he prevails, he prevails. You know.
You talking about I'm talking about the question about a counter suit for a defamation. I'm saying he's already said himself. Look. It hasn't had any impact on me. So, defamation, it would be a waste of time. Okay.
So is it February?
It's February.
What are we missing?
I want to every show. I want to come on and talk about that. You feel free to have your own tribute to who you want to put out there on the show, but mine today is a person I knew he was 13 years old. I tutored him, and he was hanging out with all the bad people. I call them bad people. Looking back at them, they was just young kids trying to have fun. He grew up in the mean streets of Pontiac. His name is Larry Brinker, Sr. There he is, bald head Larry Brinker. He is a family of 5 minority business enterprise companies in Detroit. He is the CEO and founder of the Brinker Group. He's laid back now. His son, Larry Jr., is now the CEO, and they have been instrumental in help revitalizing Detroit. Now, Mike Duggan didn't do all this shit by himself. He had a whole lot of help, and a whole lot of help before Mike Duggan came aboard. They got about 4 different companies, but I'll just talk about some of the work that they've done, about $5-6 billion worth of work. The Michigan Central Station, Detroit Performance Center, and Little Caesars Arena, among others. Yeah, man, those guys, they everywhere. You can go downtown and you can see the list of companies that is participating in rebuilding building a new hotel, building new apartments on the riverfront. That's the Brinker Group. I just want to salute them. They're the largest Black-owned construction company in the United States.
Wow.
The boy that made it. I didn't think, I kept hearing Larry Brinker's name when I first came back to Detroit, but it never dawned on me that this was the same Larry Brinker that I could tell some stories, but I won't.
He owes you, man.
He unmade it. Came from Pontiac. He came in a time where they had a whole lot of the gangs was really in the 70s. They were just killing paper boys and everything else. And this guy, he got out of there, and he built a legacy for his family and for folks in the community, employing a lot of folks. Very diverse company.
Nice.
Oh,
I've got somebody. Wayne Davis here. He was the first Black FBI agent in Detroit in 1963, and probably one of the first few Black agents in the FBI period. And then in 1981, he became head of the Detroit FBI. So I think he was a pioneer for the FBI, you know.
And G Money Hollywood. His hero today is a great mathematician, Professor Blackwell, the real father and discovery of AI. Yes, he's black. If you don't know him, now you do. Maybe we need to know him. Go ahead, Vanessa. I'll wait for you and I'll give you mine because
I'm
you
not
guys.
doing one today. I'm waiting to do mine on Friday.
Well, you're the one who always gives us the assignment. So I went around the world today on my assignment. I went all the way around in Jamaica and all across the world, and I came right back here to Detroit. All right. I want to nominate a man for the Mount Rushmore of law enforcement. All right. To say he was one of the greatest detectives, to say he's a black man, they both seem like a disservice to him. All right. He came to Trenton to consult on a TV show because Hollywood knew that he was one of the best detectives of all time. He sat in my office one day. A guy named Doc brought him into my office when I was the chief. We had a problem at the Jazz Fest down in Trenton. And the next thing I know, here's Doc, an old friend of mine. And this detective he introduces, who I'd come into contact with, but really didn't know him. And I knew I was in I knew I was around greatness, all right? And if there's not an exhibit at the Charles Wright Museum over on East Warren, there should be, because when Coleman Young decided to change the Detroit Police Department, this is the kind of man that he had in mind. And that man is Ira Todd, who's hopefully still watching tonight.
Oh.
Wow.
I retired, great guy.
Compliment.
That's nice.
And I was one of those people at one time saying we didn't need a Black History Month, and we still don't need a month. It need to be part of a curriculum in these schools, but it's come under attack by this administration and those who talk about DEI, and we look at who's in his cabinet and who he appoints to ambassadorships and other positions. It's like the kettle, or what the pot calling, kettle calling the pot black, or whatever the shit is. So we'll be talking every show. I'll have somebody I want to honor, and that was a good tribute, Jim, and Wayne Davis. I remember Wayne Davis.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
He was the invisible man. That's been listen. I'm glad that the sheriff came on. A lot of folks would have said, wait till it gets settled in court and wouldn't show their face.
Yeah, I don't want to comment on that. I don't want to comment on that, but I do want to. I do want to tell you that everything he said makes perfect sense, and everything he said comes from a man that has a great deal of experience in the profession, and I appreciate that.
Some of them, D. Hughes said my teacher, Mrs. Jimmy's Osgood, was the best, and Mrs. Parker Guest Elementary. Is Guest still open? A lot of these schools, people, especially in Detroit, they closed so many. Vanessa, is your school still operating in Detroit?
Listen, almost every school that I attended, and everybody know that I went to 7 schools before I graduated from high school. A.L. Homes on the east side is still open, but the Catholic schools that I attended, they closed down. Mackenzie High School closed down. All my schools are closed.
Well, I went to Carver Elementary. George Washington is closed. Clinton is not a school anymore, is it, Allan?
I don't think it's. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, it's.
I remember me, and I won't identify. We broke into Clinton when we were in the 8th grade. Went all through classrooms and stuff. It was on the weekend. I probably, if we got caught, I probably been the one that went to juvenile. The other two wouldn't.
So I want to address Mr. 1213. I guess he asked a question and maybe I read it wrong. I've tried to go back to see what the question was. I apologize. I know reading is fundamental. Sometimes I get it wrong. I'm sorry. But next time I'll get it right. I was hoping that we'll be able to talk about a few other things. I'm just gonna put this out here. I don't know if you guys saw the article in the paper where the prosecutor of Wayne County is going after Judge Giles. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Let me tell you something. It really irritated the heck out of me. Why don't you look at your employees? Okay, because the one thing I could say about Judge Giles is this. I call him the chief EEOC. Okay, he treat everybody. The defense attorney's gonna get it just as well as the prosecutor.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, when you
he
start,
used to be my client.
Yes,
she did too. I don't
like
get it.
Every judge, it appears to me, every judge that does not appear as if they're the extension of the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, we got a problem with it. I have a problem with it because you got the prosecutor's office, you have the judge, and you have the defense attorneys. 3 different realms. For her to go, I mean, that story was so one-sided, and then to say, oh, that was an internal memo. I'm like, you probably leaked that story your doggone self. But
she leaked it. You know she leaked it.
Or somebody
I know Judge Giles. I'm not an attorney, so she used to be a client. She was a client, and I know her, so I know their personalities.
But if your office, if your prosecutors are not trained, why not talk to them? Why are you going after every judge? She went after Cynthia Miller, who followed the law last month. Before that, I forgot who the other judge is.
Is she tired? Is she tired? Is she tired? Is she tired?
Listen, I am one of those who believe that nobody should ever be in office forever, and nobody should run for office without an opponent. I don't believe in that. You should always be challenged.
Well, we in Detroit, we got a clerk, the clerk to run with no opponents, and all these other people, because they got folks saying, you don't have any money, don't run. But anyway, but that's
Adolph and Jim, Allan, do you guys agree that once somebody, if you stay in office a long time, a lot of times these people feel like they can go unchecked and they can do whatever the heck they want to do?
Well, we had how many council members? There were at least 2 that were unchallenged.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I never see. That's why I hate districts. They need to go back to at fucking large, and they will get off their ass and run, because they don't run all that shit. Plus, they got all lightweight ass, all lightweights. I'm not gonna call them the name like that. Final thought, Jim.
First, D, you had a comment about Fulton County. Thank you. The last show you had a comment about Virginia. I'd like to talk about that sometime. D, I'd like to say thanks to everybody that paid attention tonight. G Money made a comment about Black history being American or world history, and he's absolutely right. But it's never a bad opportunity to recognize your heroes out there, regardless of when it is.
Yeah, Allan, your final thought.
I want to say condolences to the Washington Post that is laying off 300 people. I think they're closing their sports department. They're doing a lot of Jeff Bezos, who came in with the best of intentions and then bent over for Donald Trump because he's got billions of dollars in contracts with the government, and he didn't want to jeopardize that. And he really interfered with the product, and a lot of readers have canceled their subscription because they don't have faith in the paper anymore. So,
Vanessa, your final thought.
Listen, you know what I want to say? Happy American History Month when we talking about Black folks, okay? Happy. Also, y'all know what we want you to do. Listen. Lady T, thank you so much for holding us up. Listen, we want you to come back day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow is Friday, 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Join us. Use that doggone QR code. Stop hiding behind the screen. Come on in the room, Queen B. Come on in the room, Miss Brown. Come on in the room, D. Hughes. Just come on back on Friday. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the evening. And again, happy American History Month when we talk about Black folks.
Okay, well, we'll be back on Friday. I'm Adolph Mongo. This is Detroit in Black and White.